So today we are finally going to get round to having a go at fitting the RSC Competition Pro suspension that's on the floor behind me onto the Renault Spider. So here we are, finally 18 plus months in the waiting. I did a little video the other day of me unboxing this. Now it finally got here. This is the first production set of the RSC Competition Pro suspension for the Renault Spider in the world. In fact, it was me speaking to Arno at RSC about a kit for the car that prompted him to make the kit for the car, because he's also got a Spider and he wanted suspension as well. So I kind of tipped him over the edge. So yeah, this is the first set that's ever been produced, and it's in custom colours for me because it was the first set. It's kind of cool. So I went for yellow anodized to match the stock Bilsteins, and black springs to match the stock Bilsteins, and black rings to kind of give it a little twist on the Renault Sport sort of Formula One team colours. So I've got the car jacked up and ready to go. We're going to do the rears first, which should be straightforward, although on my car, because I've done the trophy airbox install, this here could cause me a problem, because when I mounted this, which is in another video that I've done, and sort of braced it into place, it shifted and it's very tight on here when the car's jacked up. So I'm not sure whether I might have to modify that hole a little bit to make way for the new drop link. We will see, but rears first, and then we can get on with the more complicated, because it's much tighter, fronts. So let's get cracking, shall we? Luckily the Spider comes with this awesome manual. It's 2 manuals it comes with, which tells you absolutely everything about every part of the car, how to diagnose faults, how to fix the fiberglass, servicing, you name it. It's got all the tools you need, it's got all the torque settings you need. It is a dream book for someone like me when it comes to spannering with cars. So I already know on the rears the torques of things, and I know how to remove stuff, so it should be fairly straightforward to do this. I've got my tools ready here. 16mm sockets is what I need. I'm probably going to go and buy some new bolts once I've taken these ones off, but I need to take them off first to work out what I need. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so that is step 1 done. The rear drop links and the rear coilovers are removed. So that wasn't so difficult to do, just a little bit of jiggling around. Unfortunately, the bracket here that I've fitted in another video, that is causing a problem. I test fitted the drop link, and because it's thicker, it's rubbing on this here, so I'm going to have to modify that. So I'm going to start with the driver side first, so that I've got the sway bar sort of in its position, so I kind of know what I need to be doing, and then we'll kind of take it from there. One thing to point out that I didn't realise, because I'm not very observant, is that the suspension is kind of sided. So if you look here, you will notice it's got a little picture there showing you which side of the car it's supposed to be on. So that is rear left, and I have rear right already around here ready to go on. So let's do that, starting with the sway bar drop link first, and then the coilover. So that is the driver side done. I just need to, when everything is done and dusted, I just need to adjust the drop links, get them the right height, because I probably need to adjust the ride height a little bit as well, we will see. But this is what I've had to do on the passenger side, which other people won't have to do with the Spider, unless potentially they've got the trophy airbox conversion, is this hole here. I've had to really open this up a lot because the drop link there was, as you can see, this is where it goes from there down to there, and it was right sort of at full load. It was okay, it was floating, but with no compression, just with the wheel off the ground, it was right on here and very not good. So that's taken me 2 days to get that right. So now I've got that right, we can carry on with getting the rear in place, and then hopefully it's a fairly speedy job to do the front. We will see, because there's no room there. But anyway, let's be positive. So that is the rear finished. Amazing. It would have been a much quicker job if it hadn't have been for this little issue here, but this is all sorted now. I've adjusted the drop link so that it's not fouling on anything, and there's plenty of clearance there, you can see. So now we can drop the car down. I'm not going to video that. Put the wheels on, drop the car down, and then we need to adjust the ride height, probably. Would be awesome if we didn't, when we've done the fronts. But yeah, 50% of the work done.
A few inches later.
So I've dropped the car down now to the ground, and either I was used to the car being sat in the air while I was doing all the work on it, and obviously bearing in mind that the suspension still needs to settle, and I still need to do any final adjustments of the ride height, and the car can go lower than it is now, but it is looking properly low and looking, I don't know, it just looks awesome. Have a look at this. That, to me, I think that is pretty good. Yeah, like I say, it still needs to settle, and obviously when the fronts are done, it's probably going to adjust the way it's sitting at the rear anyway. But if you compare, let's walk around the front, if you compare the height at the rear now, which is looking like this, to the fronts, and it is hilarious. So it's going to be very cool to see how the fronts look and how the rears sit when the fronts are done. So let's make a stab at that, shall we? Okay, so that's the front damper removed, that's the front drop link removed. The drop link was a little bit awkward, the top one, because there wasn't a lot of space there, but got it off eventually when I got the Allen key into it. So now that all that's done, we can start installing the new drop link and the new damper. First thing to do is install the spacer, which goes on the wishbone top up here. And then, yeah, we can get the damper installed and then the wishbone, and then just repeat for the other side. Okay, so that's one side completely done. Probably can't see it at all, but see if I can get to it from this angle. There's the damper in place, and then there's the drop link, if you can see it there. So that's one side done. The drop links were a bit of a faff to get off, but got there in the end. So now we can get the passenger side, I always get confused, get the passenger side, drop link off and suspension out. And then yeah, we can just rinse repeat on this side hopefully. And then we are done.
Years later.
Okay, so that's it. That's the dampers and the drop links fitted. We are done, technically. I had to modify the knuckles, the joints, whatever you call them, the donuts on the inner part of the damper because they were touching each other, because on my car the holes in the chassis where the dampers mount to were different to the test car RSC, so had to adjust them a little bit. Took a bit of time, but that's done now, so they're all on. The final thing we need to do before we can get the car down and hopefully go for a drive and adjust it, that won't be in this video, doing the adjusting and the driving, just so you know, is to fit the little arch liners, which are these things here. So I just thought I'd show you before I fit them. I won't show you me modifying this one. I've just left that as it is just to show you the difference. So because of the dampers and the suspension now being lower and the wishbone sitting higher up, this all needs to be trimmed off here or it won't fit, which is basically that bit up and around there. So done that for one side, get that on, and then I will tweak it for the other side, but get that fitted up, and then yeah, we can get it down on the ground. I know I say this a lot, but that is it, we are done. So everything is back together. I just need to get the wheels on now and get the car off the axle stands, and then we can drop it down and hopefully bask in the glory of an epic new ride height. So just wow, I'm on my knees on the floor here to get this kind of angle, but as it was going down off the jacks, which took me a while because it's so low that the jacks were too high and I had to kind of use the dollies and stuff, but as it was going down, like the wheel fitment that I was worried about just popped, just came together. I can't think of the right words for it, but the custom offset, obviously I was concerned that it'd be too far in and it wouldn't work, but they're perfect. And the ride height, although I will adjust it a little bit of course and just make sure it's even all round, just spot on. So Arno's done a great job of getting these set for me at an initial height, but it's just so low and awesome. I absolutely love it. It's transformed the look of the car. Sorry, I can't stop looking at it. Yeah, it's transformed the look of the car once again, and I just love what it's done. So yeah, I think we'll do a video soon of me driving it and stuff, and a bit of feedback on the suspension. But for now, that is it. So thank you for watching.